YouTube. Welcome to my review of the Madman Starter by Megan Shepherd. I'm supposed to wondering why I'm dressed like that because it's on me to be dressed like this. I'm dressed like this because the book takes place in the Victorian era and don't judge me, the best I could do. Oh, that way, time for the plot. It's about the main heroine, Julia Maru, basically goes literally across the sea to reconnect with the father who abandoned her and find out if he was really a mad scientist in the book, because the rumors that he was ruined her life. Spoiler alert. Though not really a spoiler alert. There aren't any real spoilers in this view. It was true. It's literally written on this part of the book. So yeah, to say the least, that doesn't make her happy. And when her dad stops giving his creations treatments to keep their human mind, the former family servant that took her there and the cats they pick up plan to escape the island so they don't die. And yeah, that nicely takes me to the characters. I'll start with the main heroine, Juliet. I loved her. She was opinionated. She was strong. She was tough. She was a bit of a spitfire in my mind, and I loved that about her. Because thanks to Montgomery's help when they were kids, he snuck her medical books. She had medical knowledge that most women at the time weren't allowed access to. And she uses that throughout the book. When a surgeon at the university worked out tried to rape her, she severed the nerves in his fingers in an awesome scene that I adore. Because the guy deserved it. And any normal person would be proud of him for doing that. And yeah. She was basically a little spitfire. She also told off a captain for running a monkey shot on the sails because she knew the monkey was too lightweight to really bother the ship, but the captain was undereducated, so he didn't know it. She went to tell him, and he didn't like it, but she did it anyway, and you gotta love her. When she gets to the island, discovers that her dad is indeed a mad scientist and did do horrible things, it upsets her, to say the least. Like, it upset her that she was even mildly interested in the logical experimentation of it, like the logic behind experimentation. It upset her because she saw it as a hint of his madness in her. So to say the least, she doesn't like him by the end of the book. Yeah. Next notable character is Montgomery. Montgomery was an old family servant who grew up as one. He and Julia were closest kids, and he was such a kind character. He helped out the Islanders with experiments with chores when he could. He gave them their injections that kept them from burning back the animals. He even took care of the animals before they were vivisected, which was very kind of him. But he hated himself because of what he took part in. He was dragged into this as a child, so you had to feel sorry for him. He hates himself because of taking part in experiments. He hates the fact that he took part in it. He felt at several points in the story he was going to hell for it. And you gotta feel sorry for him because he's the kindest character in the book and doesn't deserve that. But because of this man, he developed a sense of self-hatred. Good thing CPS wasn't involved yet. They will have a word or two with him. With the doctor, not with Montgomery. So, yeah. Going on to another character, there's the mysterious castmate pick up Edward. The book goes into his past later. I love the way they wrap up his character. You want to know how? Well then, here's the book. Buy it, and then you'll know. Look, Edward is another love interest of Juliet's. The other one's Montgomery, because Juliet had a crush on Montgomery since he was a child. She developed a crush on Edward because the element of mystery, and she could see some hints of horror in him. She viewed him as a survivor for surviving shipwreck. So yeah, I'm not gonna get too much into Edward. Just know the love triangle isn't intrusive and gets pushed aside very quickly when survival comes urgent, because then it's like, because no wonder why I will go, hey, I know there are creatures all around that want to kill us and a bunch of murders going on, but hey, I have an idea. Let's fight over this girl. Because, that's the most important thing right now, not surviving. Yeah, no one thinks like that. And if you do, congratulations. Here's a stunts cap for you. Yeah. So, to say the least, yeah, they're good characters. A couple of the Islanders I want to note are Balthazar. Juliet befriends him before she knows what he is. And he's very kind and very much a gentleman. And yeah. When Juliet plans on leaving the island, she feels bad that she wants to leave behind. Because she wants to leave all evidence of what her dad did in the past. And that included him, because he was made for that. It upsets her because he was such a nice character. And next will be Clementine, a young boy one whom Montgomery helped with a chore in the beginning. Montgomery overall helps everyone. Yeah. Clementine basically acted like a young boy typically would before the regression began and he began to turn back into animal instincts. But before that, he acted like a typical young boy. So next is Ajax/Jaguar, the one that everyone suspects is the killer in the book, the one killing off the Islanders, because one of them did go feral and begin killing them off, and they suspect it's him. They believe it so much they begin hunting him. I'm not going to say whether or not it is or not, just, yeah. Read the book, and you'll know. Because guess what? I'm not the spoiler fairy. And yeah. After that, the only other notable character is a doozy. The Mad Doctor himself, Henry Moreau. And yeah, let's talk about him. He's supposed to be hateable. It's like he's a complete narcissist, having his creations worship him because, yeah, he created them just because he could. His treatment of them kind of shows he views them as experiments and not living, breathing things like Montgomery viewed them. Montgomery viewed them as family. He viewed them as his experiments, which is shown when he so easily discontinued their treatments and let them revert back to animals. It shows the right dumbass. They were his experiments, and when they began failing, he just abandoned them completely and forsaken them. When I first meet him, he warmly greets his daughter obligation, I assume, and then pushes Edward in the ocean to drown. Now, he said it was a joke, but I don't think it's a joke. Saying that's a joke is like saying me going out with a knife, stabbing someone in the back, and then when the police asked what I did, saying it's a joke. Not very funny, and I don't share a sense of humor, to say the least. He's also very sexist, but although that's the least of his flaws, because that's a flaw of the Victorian era in general, encouraging Juliet to take up more appropriate interests in medicine and even lecturing her for drinking one time because that's not, apparently women didn't drink back then. I don't know. He also tried to push Juliet to marry Edward. The book gets a little bit more into that. So yeah, he's a piece of work. And let's see, what else about him did I not mention? Because there's so much that it's hard to remember. Well, yeah, just one thing. Every ounce of suffering you see in this book is his fault. Like, basically, he abandoned his wife and daughter, causing them to become poor and scorned by the community because of what he did. He dragged Montgomery into this experimentation at 12 years old, making him hate himself. So Montgomery's self-hatred his fault. He let his own creations who loved him and worship him regress back to animals. Because, they're just experiments to him. They aren't his family. They didn't see him as Montgomery saw them. So, yeah. Whenever we see an ounce of suffering in this book, keep in mind it happened because of this guy. Okay, now that I got you all riled up for an angry mob with pitchforks and torches, let's move on to the setting. I'll start with the setting in the first part of the book, Victorian London. A lot of sexism is mentioned. Basically, Juliet was considered mentally deficient by most. Women worked well because of her gender. It's unique that she even knows medical knowledge, and that's only because of Montgomery sneaking her those books. She snuck her medical books when they were kids. Also, women were not operating rooms. The captain didn't like that Julia was on the ship because it was still considered bad luck to have a woman on board. I don't get it. So, congratulations. And also, they were very uptight about Mossy. Like, Montgomery checked Juliet's, elbow to make sure she was taking her medicine, and that was considered obscene by her. Like she might well have stripped down and flashed him her naked body, because that's the way they reacted to that. Like, you saw this. Shield your eyes! Come, are you even thinking about the children? Ah! Seriously. Like, every guy in London had a foot and arm fetish with the way she reacted to that. And I know that's a societal thing that was pushed on her. Not to mention the fact that she was 16 and apparently could be married off, if her dad shipping her with Edward was any indication of it. And yeah, the entire kind of everyone just kind of felt. And there's also a 6-year-old prostitute that she saw a few times, so it wasn't a very nice place for her. And the island was only slightly better. They reached the island. It's populated by islanders for dad's experiments, which were like vivisected animals given a human form. On the island, eating meat was illegal because her dad didn't want his creations to get a scent of blood. The moment Juliet released some bunnies as a distraction when she saw one of the operations, he stopped all treatments because he thought because Mommy found out that blood was spilled, everyone became a suspect to him, and he grabbed them and brought back the animals. Another rule on is they couldn't walk on four legs because he wanted them to be human. He had an entire set of commandments for these creatures. I'm not kidding when they said they worshipped him like a god. I wasn't kidding. And yeah, the animals had their own, the experiments had their own village until they began regressing and began to get destroyed. So yeah. The compound they lived in, though, was more noble. She was surrounded by furniture and books from her childhood. Because Montgomery was sentimental, so he got things that had to be sold off to pay off her dad's debt. So basically, she was constantly surrounded by her childhood for the period she was trying to reconnect with her dad before she gave up on it, and was wearing her mom's old dresses. And when she decided to leave, she put on the dress she came in on, symbolically kind of saying, I'm putting the past behind me. I'm going to move on with my life. So, yeah. Didn't love her at all, was upset that she wasn't born a boy, and he basically blamed her for everything that went wrong. Because nothing at all was going wrong before she arrived. Sarcasm. In case you didn't know. And now, yeah. Yeah, I'm running out of steam here. I'm kind of tired. Pardon me. Yeah. Another theme was she had to accept that she was his daughter, because she saw similarities between her and her dad. Like, she was mildly curious about experiments because she has an analytical mind and wanted to kind of know how it worked, even though she was flat out horrified by what he did. And she saw it as taints of his madness inside her. So, yeah. Montgomery's the only one having self-hatred problems because of him. And yeah. I liked her character, so I really didn't like her hating herself. Because I don't think she's like her dad. The only thing that was similar is a mild curiosity in my mind. The other things, like her killing a bunny that was suffering after being vivisected poorly in the beginning, that's not madness. That's mercy. She did that animal a mercy killing, not a madness killing. But she didn't see it that way because I'm guessing Victorian times, so yeah. Now time for final thoughts. I cannot believe this is Megan Shepherd's first novel. It's a wonderful book. I can't wait to read more because you're going to get better from here. And yeah, I love the pacing. It was tense when needed. The characters were good and served their roles well. And yeah, I definitely don't regret reading this book. So if you want a good mad scientist story and aren't afraid of a little bit of darkness, here's your book.